Far Cry 6 is one of those games, guys, that has been talked about. The rumblings have been coming out about, Far Cry 6. People have been very excited to hear more about the continuation of this franchise, myself included. I gotta say, guys, even though Far Cry 5 had, those who loved the game, those who hated the game, I was one of the people who really appreciated this, entry into the franchise. I thought that Far Cry 5, they're slowly but surely getting better and better in my personal opinion. I love the villains. I love kind of everything that they're doing here. There's a few things that, obviously just like any game out there that bother me about, each, entry into this franchise. Far Cry 5 is certainly no different here, but I'm excited, let's put it that way, for the continuation of this main narrative going forward. Far Cry 6, guys, looks like it could certainly be that. I had my question marks when Giancarlo Esposito was going to be the new villain. I had some real question marks there. What is this going to look like? Is it going to be something that we really enjoy? Is it going to be something that we don't really enjoy? I just didn't know what I really felt about Giancarlo Esposito as the villain. But after watching the official trailer come out, I cannot tell you how excited I am about this. The thing that makes Far Cry different from every other franchise out there are really the villains. The villains in these, in these games are something that, Ubisoft really needs to take incredible amounts of pride in. They do a great job, guys, of creating these, narratives around these villains. And these villains being, just kind of us connecting with them in one way, shape, or form. And I think that they do a really good job of, getting these, the tension built, getting the scares built up, even like, in Far Cry 5, having a number of different, very psychological, elements within that game and such. And it looks like Far Cry 6 is going to have things very similar. Now, Giancarlo Esposito is playing Anton Castillo, who is going to be the upcoming villain here. Now, we wonder if it's going to be just him or if there's going to be other villains as well, similar to like the Seed family in a Far Cry 5. It'll be very interesting to say the least. But what I want to talk about, guys, is Far Cry 6 is getting released February 18th, which, of course, February 18th, 2021. This game is closer than we thought that it was going to. I thought it was going to be maybe later in 2021. It's coming out in February, though. That is very exciting, guys, because this game is closer than we think. Now, of course, take it with a pinch of salt because of the pandemic going on. It may get pushed back, may come even closer or sooner, depending on what happens. But take it with a pinch of salt. But let's just say that it sticks with that February 18th, 2021 release date. I cannot tell you guys how excited I am. Now, we didn't really get much else outside of just the trailer. We didn't see any gameplay. We don't know if there's going to be multiplayer. We don't know what other game modes there's going to be. But what we got was our first glimpse at this game. And what I will tell you is right off the bat is that we are going to be in on another very, a very gritty, dark story once again in this franchise. And once again, we're going to be, most likely going to be going into some new locations, some new environments. I'm wondering if this is going to be directly after Far Cry 5 or when they're planning on doing that, like the time period is as far as that's concerned. But this is going to be something I think we're all going to really enjoy. At least from an outsider's perspective and very early reactions. I gotta say, guys, I loved the trailer. I loved everything about it. I thought it was great. I thought that there was very gritty feelings to it. I loved the voice acting right off the bat with Giancarlo Esposito. I think the idea of him using a grenade and kind of using analogies with it. I just thought overall, guys, from a graphical standpoint, from where it looks like what they're trying to do with the story, from a setting perspective, I love the red smoke that they've got everywhere. This is something that could be very special, and I'm hoping that it is, guys. Now, we're going to have to wait to start seeing like the official gameplay, see really what it's all going to look like. But from a initial reaction to the trailer, and of course the release date, I got to give it a 2 big thumbs up, guys. I think this is going to be a fantastic story, to say the least. I think it's going to be a fantastic game. I'm really excited about it. Next-gen hardware, the graphics, guys, are going to be elevated. I hope that we're going to get multiplayer modes. I'm hoping we get more modes outside of just the campaign and such. But at the end of the day, I think they knocked it out of the park with Giancarlo Esposito, which I was a little bit skeptical about at first. But after hearing the voice acting going on there and seeing the take of this villain, I'm all in. I'm all in on it, guys. One of the big things about the villains in Far Cry as a franchise is having differences. There's similarities to each of these villains, but there's differences as well. And I think that's really important moving into Far Cry 6. It's coming sooner than we thought, guys. February 18th, 2021, guys, is when we're going to get our hands on Far Cry 6. And what I'll say, guys, is that you guys can check out all the Far Cry content here on the YouTube channel. We're going to be making a lot of Far Cry 6 content here, so definitely stay tuned for that. And for more Far Cry 6 content and videos, stay here with Zero TV.